Travis, I signed for these boxes. I just want to know what's in the box.
What's in the box? So you're always asking me because I don't always open them up right away.
No.
So not only sometimes I'm traveling and they're sitting and you're like, oh, I wonder what's in that
in
one. And
the
then
box?
I finally get in, you're like, oh, yeah. And then I finally get to it because I don't always want to open them because I know it could be an hour, it could be a 2 hour distraction. So sometimes I leave them sit till I'm ready to open them, and I want to open this one. I have an idea what might be in there, but a lot of times we don't know at all.
No.
Because we get all of our sample bobbleheads sent of our exclusive bobbleheads. We get our exclusive figurines sent to us ahead of time. We don't always know which one is in there.
We know you know what you ordered, but we don't know exactly what's in the box.
Right. So we get the samples, but then I'm also been collecting for 35 years, and I'm still filling certain gaps and certain things I'm collecting. So I don't always remember which eBay seller or whatever from that. So we thought, well, we'll just do what we're calling episode 1 of What's in the box. So let's see what's in episode
the box.
1's
I'm excited because the box just sit there after I sign for it. I'm like, please open the box. What's in the box?
This one I let sit a while because I knew I was gonna take some looking over once I actually open it. So box isn't in too bad a shape. No. So hopefully what's inside is in good condition.
Shout out to the carrier this time because,
not always.
They do destroy the boxes sometimes. They destroy the boxes.
Alright, so we got some paper towel packaging. Hopefully.
It looks like they tried.
Hopefully they made it. Oh, there's a lot of bubble wrap too, so not looking too bad.
Hey, I'm excited.
There's a lot in here. Box? Okay. Looks like it made it pretty good. Let's see what we got. So, they're taped together too. Let's just make sure we can get them out without. Okay, so let's take.
Okay.
So obviously you tell so far they're starting lineups. So we did that big starting lineup video.
Yes.
And when I had all the opened 88, and that got a lot of reactions, a lot of views, but a lot of reactions, which is probably why I got so many views. And people were interested because lots of people have collected, still collecting. As I said,
and they were impressed of how many you had and how many was still in great condition.
Oh, well, that one was we were showing the set of 88 baseball, which I was collecting open, so you can see them all in the desk.
On top of the cards.
And the cards were really good shape. Good. But most of so for 88 to 91, I'm trying to complete. Other than baseball, which I'm doing open, I'm trying to complete. It's going to take a long time because I'm far away from it, especially having sold a lot of my collection. I'm trying to complete about good condition, about an 80 to 80, above an 80 AFA graded, Action Figure Authority graded figures. But I'm also, as I explained in that video, we showed the football I'm compiling. Some of them I'm just putting in the acrylic cases because they look really nice, and then that preserves them, and then it still matches the AFA ones. So what we got here,
you have a lot of nice ones that is in.
Yeah, a lot of they look cool.
Yeah, they look really. Even in the card with all of the cards that you have was in very good condition.
On that 88 set, but for the most part, I'm collecting in the package, and so you can tell these are red, so you can tell they're basketball. And like I said, I'm not
kind of like that little Jordan one you had.
Well, yeah.
Is it? Oh, wow.
I have there's several in the case for basketball.
I'm so like, what is it?
So I want to be careful because hopefully these all.
I'm not allowed to open stuff like this, guys, because. I don't have a steady hand.
Just leave it sit.
Just leave it. I'm not here.
Let's see what the first one we got. So this is 1990 NBA basketball, and the first one. Now this is supposed to be a set. So Marty, you have the price guide.
I do.
What was the year on the front of this? What year?
It is June of 1996.
So this price guide, I'm using it more as, and still use it as more of a checklist.
Okay, yeah.
So how big is the set in 1990 basketball?
It was a set of 17.
So 17. So it looks like this is supposed to be a complete set. And the first one, you can check them off as we go here.
All right.
First one, pretty good shape. It has some flaws, so it probably wouldn't quite make that cut of like an 80. But not a bad looking piece. It still looked really good in a acrylic case. No, got a little spot there, a little scrapes, but not bad condition on Joe Dumars, number one.
Joe Dumars.
Not number one in terms of checklist, but the Detroit. All right, so in '88 they made 88 basketball was a huge set. How many were in 88?
That was 85.
85, but then
wow.
I think there was a lot of leftover.
That's a lot.
That was a lot, but like when we did the big video with Starting Line, there was like 127 in football.
And that was just one set, right?
1 year they did 127 football players, but 80 how many in 88?
It was 85 and 88.
85 basketball players in 88. They had a lot of the regional cases of so like the Milwaukee Bucks. You'd get the Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. So
they had these cases were just the Milwaukee Bucks going to like retail stores in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
But then they had all-star cases too. But by 1990, they already went the way of more just superstars. So.
Okay, I see.
And
because that's why it's not as many as it was in 88 because.
Right, they just went kind of with just the all-stars and didn't do the regional.
That makes a lot more sense.
Well, probably I think there was. Because they went to such a small set in 1990, 89, I mean. 89.
Oh, and that was only 5.
Yeah, it was just they did like Charlotte Hornets because they were an expansion team and they didn't do them the first year. So, but I think the sales weren't as good as they wanted. They didn't have as much turnover as they maybe needed in that product for basketball. Football, they came right back with another 100-piece set. But in basketball, they went down to just that 5 because I think they must have had, at that time at least, leftover inventory. And then by 1990, they just came back with the stars. But this year's pretty cool because you got. I liked
nice.
This packaging. You got the rookie year card. So even if a player was on the other team, the rookie year card showed a picture of him.
Oh, for all of them.
Yep, you got a regular card and then a rookie year card. Not like a rookie card, but it would show the year they were a rookie and a picture from their rookie year. So even if a player had traded teams, you'd see his old team. And on so this one's Larry Bird. Larry Bird's in pretty good shape. Got some flaws.
I just see. Yep, he's
the
first one on the second one on the list.
Corner. So another one that's borderline. But what I'm really looking for is because I only have two from this set, and I've had a feeling for what was in here. So I do have Bird graded at an 85. So I'm set on Larry Bird as far as I'm concerned. As long as it's above an 80 or looks good looks about an 80 in an acrylic case. This one probably not quite. So this is still my Larry Bird for the set. But the only other one I have is I do have Michael Jordan. This one's graded at an 80, and this price guide's from the height of the hobby. Mm-hmm. What was the price that Larry Bird was going for at the time?
$65.
And Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan was going for $75.
So Jordan, I think, was the most expensive one on the set then at $75.
Yep, Michael Jordan was the most expensive. Yep.
So at the height of the hobby,
at the time of being sold.
Right in '96 when the hobby was booming and busting. This is almost the height of the hobby in '96 when this price guide came out. So I got a good Jordan and a good Bird, hoping to add to that. Most of these I'll still display in an acrylic case with the set
in some kind of way
until I find a better replacement at least. But my goal would still be on the first two. I would still.
So if that was better, like the Larry Bird was better, you would have replaced it out, or
let's say Joe Dumars I don't have, so I'm gonna put this Joe Dumars in an acrylic case. Keep it with the set, but I know it has flaws that would take it below a little rough corner here. Not bad. I mean, these are 30 years old, but not bad for the condition.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
But I still would. So I'd put them in an acrylic case as part of the set, and then just see if there's either a graded one already, or one that looks really clean.
Some people do sell them already
graded.
Some
people have them already graded.
Oh, okay.
I bought that Jordan actually already graded.
Okay, and then you got the Larry Bird graded yourself.
But this gets me the whole set to start with, and then see where am I not the least happy with the condition. So
that's real collector.
Yeah, it's just I'm trying to fill that 88 to 91 when some of those pieces were really tough to find. By 92, production gone up a little bit with the hobby had boomed, and some of that stuff just isn't as limited or as hard to find as that first 3 years. So that's the 3 years I really focused on. Did you feel like
getting this set as a whole, the way that you did, was actually a good buy or good
for this? Mm-hmm. It's really going to depend on what we see for
as far as how
condition,
good
right? Because it looked really clean. I saw pictures. And I'm like, okay, so I'll buy that set. And it was a good price.
It looks like they tried to do as best as they could with care sending it to you with care.
It was, I think the whole set in there was $400 at the time.
Yep, $400.
Right? And this, I paid less than $100 for all of them. So it was a good deal. And I got it from the Kenner Starting Lineup group in Facebook.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it looks packaged really well. So if you are still collecting and I do recommend joining that group, Kenner's Starting Lineup on Facebook.
Yeah, I remember when we did the video, I was in there just looking at different comments, and it was a lot of people in there that have big sets.
They're fairly active, and there a lot of people either selling off their collections, but also people like me trying to replenish collections as we sold off in the past. This one's really good. That's one,
what I was about to say.
I would say this is acceptable. This would be part of my set. I'll get an acrylic case, and
yeah, that looks
pretty darn good for Spud Webb, which is a fun one. I really like this pose for Spud Webb. They've used it on Michael Adams or some other players, but obviously Spud being such a little guy, I really like this. I like this pose. So we got a good one in Spud Webb, but you're checking all of them.
Yes,
off.
I have Spud Webb
and
so far. Larry Bird and
Jordan. And Joe Dumars you got?
Yes.
Okay. And we got James Worthy. His plastic bubble isn't quite. His card is in really good shape.
Yeah.
But his plastic bubble.
Oh, I didn't see that because you're thinking. Okay.
Still nice again for 30 years
old.
Yeah, and there's no yellowing. I mean, a lot of people. Some years have been worse for yellowing than others. 88 has a lot of yellowing, maybe more so than 90.
Mm-hmm.
But the plastic turned yellow on a lot of them. Which
was it sunlight or no?
Not necessarily. It was like the plastic. Some people have said maybe it was the reaction to the plastic bags. We all put them in Ziploc bags. That was the easiest to like preserve the corners a little bit, putting them in the
so everyone was just putting their stuff in there.
gallon Ziploc bags.
Yeah.
And that might, some people have said that the acid could cause it, but no one's really proven that because some people have kept it and it's been good, and it's been just certain batches, because a lot of them, in some cases, only the inner insert has turned yellow. And that's true for...
Also, it's double plastic.
It's just that insert that holds them into place.
Yeah.
So that plastic piece in there that would fall out if you open it, that would turn yellow. And only that, which is weird, because it's like a different batch of plastic or something. So nobody... So in that case, it wasn't the acid from a plastic bag.
Right.
It was something...
But it's kind of messed up because it's inside. It's how can I even replenish that?
I hate it.
Way.
Like, there's one I even have that's graded with the yellow, and I that's my...
It turned yellow after you got it.
No, it was actually when you have them graded with AFA, they'll actually note it. Yeah, it'll say yellow, so that you know it graded it, but it has yellowing in the packaging.
Oh.
I try to avoid it at all costs, just because visually, I just don't like it visually. It just
stuff like that gives you eyesores.
It just bugs me. But these are looking pretty good so far.
They tried. It seems like they did get
so far a really good Spud Webb to add to my Jordan and Bird graded. Looks like we're on our way to a set of 17, and really good job packaging. So shout out to the seller. We got these look pretty good. All right, so that's clean. That's a nice
that's a good one.
So how much was Karl Malone going for back in the day?
Back in the day, it was $32.
This is nice, and I always like this piece. And you see his rookie year card.
Yeah.
So that's a clean one. So that's passable for get that in an acrylic case. That's
that's a good one.
Very close to 80 level. And Barkley's in that same pose.